In the Gospels, Jesus is sometimes referred to as the Son of David. King David is Jesus' ancestor, but he is also a powerful foreshadowing of Jesus Christ. Let's check out some of the Easter eggs in David's life. First of all, David and Jesus are both born in the same town, the town of Bethlehem. David, his name means beloved, and he is described as a man after God's heart. Jesus is described as the beloved Son of God who always does the will of the Father. David and Jesus were both anointed by prophets. David was anointed by the prophet Samuel. Jesus was anointed by the prophet John the Baptist. And both Samuel and John the Baptist had mothers who were barren. They were not able to have children until God miraculously allowed them to have babies. King David was a shepherd before he became king, and he would fight for his sheep. He rescued his sheep from the paw of the lion and the paw of the bear. Jesus also described himself as a good shepherd who lays down his life for the sheep. King David burst onto the scene when he killed Goliath, the giant Philistine, with a slingshot, crushing the giant's head with a stone. The prophecies in the Old Testament often describe the Messiah as crushing the skulls of his enemies and crushing the serpent's skull, Satan. And that's exactly what Jesus did as he triumphed over the Satan on the cross. David became king when he was 30 years old, and Jesus started his ministry when he was 30 years old. David experienced many hardships. He was rejected by many people. He became a fugitive as King Saul pursued him and tried to take his life. We see David's hardships in Psalm 22 and many other Psalms. And Psalm 22 details the events of the crucifixion and also describes the resurrection of God's anointed one. Like Jesus, King David was betrayed by a close friend, and that friend hung himself. David is triumphant over his enemies. He takes the throne in Jerusalem, and God gives him a promise that he is going to have a descendant that will rule from Jerusalem's throne forever. Likewise, Jesus rode into Jerusalem victorious on that donkey, and he was lifted up not onto a throne but onto a cross, where he established his kingdom from Jerusalem and from where he is going to rule forever. Jesus inherited the throne of his ancestor David, and he is now the King of Kings and Lord of Lords. He is ruling the world, and he will rule forever. I hope you liked this video. If you found it helpful, please like, share, and subscribe. God bless.